Hi guys, welcome to another video here on my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So for today's video, I have a makeup decluttering video. I've been wanting to declutter my makeup for a really long time, but I'm one of those people who procrastinates and of course gets attached to makeup even though I don't use it, and I just leave it there hoarding forever. And you know, but I felt like it's time for a cleanse. It's time to get rid of some of these palettes that I don't use, that I don't reach for, that I just don't really like. And yeah, I just need to make more space and just get rid of, you know, palettes basically, because I have so many and I just feel like they're there and I'm just hoarding them. So there's no time for a hoarding moment right now. But anyways, I did want to do like an entire makeup collection decluttering video, but I just figured it would take so long. You know, one that would consist of like concealers, foundations, mascaras, eyeliners, lip products, everything like that. But today's mainly focus is just going to be eyeshadow palettes. Now, I don't know right now what I'm going to do with the palettes that I decide I don't want. Some of these palettes you are going to find that they're fairly new, they're barely touched by, and I'm one of the people who really takes care of their palettes. I'm very gentle when I use every single palette I have. I know that there's some people that just go ham in their hit pan right away with their brushes, and I'm not one of those people. I really like to take care of my stuff because I know they cost money and, you know, you earn them. I earn them with blood, sweat, and tears. So I take care of my stuff really well. Some of these palettes I do sanitize them consistently once a month, once every other month. I haven't done that in a while though, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with some of the palettes that I decide I don't want. I might just toss them, I might donate them, or who knows, if I feel like they're really good palettes, I might just post them on my Poshmark. So if you guys are interested, leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys are interested, and I might just post them on my Poshmark and see, you know, I'll sanitize them before I send them off. And I will leave my Poshmark link down below if you guys are interested for that. But anyways, let me go ahead and get started, guys, because I feel like this video is going to take forever, and I think I might end up just doing a two-part video because I have so much to go through and you guys will see everything right now. So anyways, if you guys are new here, my name is Alex. Welcome to my channel. Hope you guys subscribe and stick with me. I would like to have you, but let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so this is the box we're going to be working with. Here are all my eyeshadow palettes. Like I said, it's going to be a lot to go through, so I might have to split this video into two parts. But let's just go ahead and get started so we can get through this together. Alright, so the first palette I'm going to grab is the Urban Decay Loves NYC palette. This palette was one of my favorite palettes when it first came out. I used to use it a lot. This shadow right here, it's called Money, and this one, Radium, are my absolute favorites from this palette. But am I going to keep it just because I have those two are my favorites? I don't think so. I don't really reach for this palette anymore, unfortunately. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this palette right here. This Huda Beauty Nude palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. I'm definitely going to keep. I feel like all the Huda Beauty palettes I use most of the time during the holidays. I just feel like the shades are all holiday shades, especially these sparkly ones, glittery ones. They're all perfect to make those holiday glam looks. This is another Huda Beauty palette that I'm definitely going to keep just because I love the shades. And like I said, these right here I love to use during the holiday season, especially these up here as well, the glittery ones, just to make like nice glam looks. So I'm definitely going to keep these two. This is the Morphe 25A palette. It is just a nude palette. I've used this a couple times, like, you know, you can definitely tell that it's been tampered with. This black shadow right here, I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite shadows from this palette, so, but I think I'm gonna let go of this just because I have a lot of neutrals that I use more frequent than this palette, so I'm definitely gonna get rid of this one. This is another palette that I definitely am gonna get rid of. This is the Morphe 25B palette, and it looks like this. It's very similar to this one actually. It's very, very similar. This one has a little bit more purples tones, but I'm definitely going to throw out these or get rid of these two palettes right there. This is the Per Cosmetics My Little Pony the movie palette. I got this palette in one of my BoxyCharm boxes and I never used it. I think I only swatched this palette. I swatched this shadow, this one right here, this yellow one, that brown one, I think I did that white one, and then this pink one. It was only swatched. I don't think I ever used this palette, so I'm definitely going to get rid of it because I never reach for it and I don't think I ever will. So that's going away. This is Too Faced No Filter Selfie Powders. This is how it looks like. I honestly, you guys, I don't think this works for me. I don't know. I think this was gifted to me. I can't remember, but I don't think I'm gonna keep this just because I don't reach for it and I don't think it really works. So definitely a no for me. This one right here. Now this one right here is kind of sentimental to me, and you know, I'm kind of attached to it because my husband actually purchased this palette for me and he just arrived with it very randomly, and it's such a cute palette, but I don't really reach for it. I feel like the shadows are not that great. This is one of my favorite ones right here. It's called Feeling Nutty. That one and Peanut Butter. Those are the only shades that I really ever use, and I tried to use that one, but I don't think it worked. So I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this one, unfortunately. This one right here is the New York Happy Birthday palette. I got this, I believe, at Ulta for my birthday. Now this is a really good palette. I definitely did like it. I liked this one right here. I barely tapped it, but I remember I really liked it. And then I liked this orange one and then this one right here. But I feel like I have a lot of the same shades already in a different palette, better palette. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this one as well. This one right here is a Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. I also really like this palette. I actually use this palette quite a bit. I like the highlighter here. I feel like it's a really like pretty highlighter. Oh, I think it's a really nice subtle highlighter. I liked this one right here. It's called Nuts About You. It's a funny name. And then Peanut Butter is also a favorite shade. And then I like this purple, but I think I'm gonna have to give it away or just get rid of it because I don't think I use it that often anymore. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this one as well. This is the Pastel Goth palette by Kat Von D. This palette right here is really cute palette. I actually use this palette for Halloween, so I'm gonna keep this palette just because I feel some of the palettes that you guys are gonna see, I use them just only for Halloween looks. So this one right here, I use it for Halloween, so I'm gonna definitely keep this one. This one right here is another Kat Von D. It's the, what is it called? Matte Metal palette. Oh my god, you guys, this palette is like basically new. I barely have touched this palette. You can see I touched Ribbon, I got into Moss and a Velvet, and then some of these up here. But this is a fairly new palette. I rarely use it, but I'm going to try my best to use it again because I feel like this is such a good palette. So I'm definitely going to keep this one and give this one a go. This one is a Lorac Gold palette. This is a really, really, really good palette. I like this palette. It's very, very pigmented, but again, I have so many, you know, neutrals that I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Just because, I don't know, like it's so pretty. I think I'm just gonna say no to this. I think I'm gonna have to let this one go, unfortunately, so that one has to go. This one right here is another Lorac palette, Los Angeles, like a mini palette. This one, I never really reach for it. I think I've only used it one time, and I have never ever reached for it again, so I'm definitely gonna have to say bye to this one. This is the Wet palette by Bretman Rock and ColourPop. This is a really good palette. I've actually only used this one, Awa Beach. That is the only shade that I've used, so I'm definitely going to keep this palette because I think I like it, and I think I'm going to have to get myself into this one and try to use it a little bit more before I can get rid of this one. This is a Dose of Colors I Love Sarai palette. This palette was actually gifted to me and I like it. I haven't really gotten the chance to play with it, so I think I'm gonna keep this palette just because I love these, and I don't think I have any shades or any, like, you know, eyeshadows like these. I love these, and I love like that little salmon color, so I'm definitely gonna keep this little mini. Plus it's like a really nice travel palette. This is the Kylie Cosmetics palette. I don't know about this palette, you guys. I have used it a couple times and I like it, and there's times when I don't like it, so I feel like I need to play around with this palette a little more to find out if I actually do want to throw it away. I really like this palette, but I don't know yet. So this is a maybe. This is a maybe. I'm gonna put it over there because that's a maybe palette. So let's go ahead. Oh, these two fell. Hold on. Okay. So let's go ahead and do these little mini. This is the Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics palette. This palette I actually use only when I travel. I take this one and I take this little Tartelette palette when I travel. So this one right here, I think I am gonna get rid of just because I feel like next time I travel, I'm just gonna take like one huge palette and let that be it. So I'm gonna get rid of this little one right here. This Tartelette Tease palette is one of my favorite little palettes that I have. But again, I have some of the same shades already, and I already have the Tartelette palette, so I'm going to definitely get rid of this little mini one because I don't really use it. Yeah, so this is actually a highlighter palette. Like I said, I have random palettes in here that are not eyeshadows, but this is such a good palette, you guys. If you guys have not tried this palette, I don't know if it's still available, but I highly recommend. This is a highlighter palette, and it is so good. It's so pigmented. It's a Soph X Revolution palette. It's really good. They have it at Ulta. I don't know if it's available, but you guys can definitely find out and check. This one right here is the Just Peachy Mattes palette by Too Faced. This palette I love. I use this palette quite a bit, as you guys can tell. Like I said, I'm very light-handed with my palettes, so you guys are gonna see that some of my palettes look new, but they are actually used so many times. Like this palette I've used so many times, but it looks literally like it's new, but it's not. So I'm definitely keeping this one because I love it, and it smells like peaches. I love that. Alright, so this right here is the NYX Fire palette. Now I think this palette, oh yes, this is actually another palette that I use during the holidays, just because look at the shades, you guys. The shades are amazing. That purple right there, ooh, it's so good. So I'm definitely keeping the Fire palette. This one's so good. It's so pigmented and it was so inexpensive, so I like that one. This one right here is the Earth NYX palette. It's the same thing, kind of like the Fire one, but this one has different shades. This one is also a really good palette. It's definitely very earthy. It kind of has similar shades to the other one, but this one's more like muted. I really like this palette, so I think I'm gonna keep this one. I don't know, I might actually give this one a go, but I think I'm gonna keep this one because I do really like this palette. This one right here is a Lorac Unzipped Ocean Sunset palette. This is another palette that I really love. I love this saltwater eyeshadow. It is one of my favorite. I love Stingray. It's a really good blue. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I will keep this palette just because I feel like I do have some of similar shades in here. So this one, again, is going to be kind of like a maybe. So I'm going to put this on my maybe stash because I don't know if I'll keep this, but I need to like really think about this one because I really like it. So we'll see. This is another Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. I am going to keep this one, like I said. I feel like Huda Beauty's eyeshadow palettes do look very similar, but again, Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes I love for the holidays. They scream holidays to me. I don't know why, but they do, and I use them so much during the holidays, so I'm definitely keeping my Huda Beauty palettes. This one right here is a Wonder Woman palette. Now I'm definitely gonna get rid of this. I don't really use it. I think I've only swatched this palette, and it has, I mean, it has a really good highlighter palettes in there, but they're eyeshadows. But I'm not gonna keep this. I don't use it. I don't really like it. So bye, Felicia. This one right here is the eyeshadow palette by Nickelodeon. Oh my god, you guys, this is so cute. Like, this whole cassette palette, old school 90s cartoons. Like, I am definitely a 90s kid. I was born in the 89, but I'm definitely a 90s kid, and I loved this. I freaking love, like, the packaging of this. But the shadows, do I like it? I also like the little mirror. Like, it's so cute. But do I really like this palette? No, I don't think I like it. It's okay for the price that you pay, I guess, but I don't think I'll ever use it. I think this is kind of like a little kid's palette, like, you know, like a little teenager, or I don't know, somebody that's barely starting into makeup just to play around with. So I feel like this, I might give it to my niece. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna get rid of this one because it's not for me, you know. This one right here is My Little Pony ColourPop eyeshadow palette, and this one again I don't reach for. I think I've only swatched this a couple times, or maybe I might have used it maybe once or twice, but I don't reach for it, and I don't think I ever really will. So I'm gonna definitely get rid of this palette as well. Okay, let's talk about the Subculture palette. Now, this right here is such a controversial palette. I used this palette so many times trying to get it to work. Now, there was times where I got it to work. There was times where I absolutely did not got it to work. So this palette, I feel like so many people give up on it, and I was one of those people that would not give up on this palette because I love the shades. I don't think I have anything like this. This actually reminds me of the Earth one. The NYX Earth one. And I feel like this is like such a good palette compared to this one, but I feel like this one works if you put your heart and soul into it. Now, am I gonna keep it? I don't know. I don't know. I think I might end up getting rid of this palette, but I think I'm gonna just keep it for now and put it on the maybe stash because I don't know. Like, I don't want to give up on it, you know? And I did a really good, awesome look with this palette. If you guys have seen some of my videos, you guys know that I did a really good look with it, and it came out pretty good. So I'm gonna put this on the maybe. There you go. Now these are right here are some of my Anastasia palettes. I have more back here. These Anastasia palettes, I think I'm gonna keep them all just because I love Anastasia. I have more down there somewhere, but this is a Modern Renaissance palette. I love it so much. This is another holiday staple for me. I love the reds. I love the browns for holidays. This is such a good, like, palette. So I'm keeping mostly all of my Anastasia. I think I'm gonna keep all my Anastasia palettes. This is a Soft Glam. This one I also love, and I love that black one. Oh my god, that black one is so good to smoke out your eyeliner. Amazing. So I'm keeping this one. This is a Sultry Anastasia palette. I'm definitely keeping this one. This one's like a more dark look, like smoky eye. So I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping like all my Anastasia ones because I feel like they're really good shadows. Except for the Subculture. That one I gotta think through. But this one right here is a Norvina. This one I love. I always use this palette. As you guys can see, it is pretty damaged. So I'm keeping this one because I always reach for it. This is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. Now this palette I don't know if I'm gonna keep. I love the shadows in here. They're some of my favorite shadows, but I feel like the formula over time kind of changed on me. And this palette was pretty expensive. I believe it was $130. So I think I'm gonna keep this one just because I do like the shadows and I do kind of play around with it sometimes here and there. So I'm gonna keep this palette. This is a MAC shadow palette that I got for Christmas, and these are MAC shadows. Now, I don't really reach for this palette. I used to use it at first when I first got it. A lot of, you know, like most of the time this is what I would use when I first got it. But to be honest, I don't really like it. Like, I'm not like in love with it. So I think I'm gonna have to say no to this one, unfortunately. I really like how it looks and it's MAC, but I don't use it. So it just, I can't really keep what I don't use. So I'm definitely saying bye to this one. Okay, moving on. You guys, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm already exhausted, but I have so much more. Like, can we tell like we shrunk a little? No? Maybe? Alright, anyway, so this right here is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. This palette I also really like. It's not as pigmented as I wanted to, but I love some of the shadows here. I use a lot shadows. This one you can definitely tell that it's been like tampered with a lot, so I'm definitely keeping this palette as well. This is another palette I'm gonna keep. It's the Sweet Peach palette. I love this palette. I love how it smells. I love all the shades. I think this is probably the only shade that I don't really like, but every other single shade that I have right here in this palette I really like, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This is the Androgyny palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is another palette that is like fairly new. I've only dug into Fetish, Safe Word, Charm, and this one. Oh, and that one too. So I've used some of it, I guess, but it's literally fairly new, you guys. I barely tap on it. I barely like use this palette, so I'm definitely going to keep this one and try to use it a little bit more. This is actually a face contour palette that was sent to me by Geese Face FX. So thank you, Geese Face FX. This is a really good palette. I really like it, but I feel like now it's kind of like, I don't like the shades anymore. I feel like this one is a little bit too orangey for me. It's not really like a contour. Okay, airplane, can you like buy? Did you guys hear that airplane? How annoying. But anyways, moving back to business. I think I'm gonna have to say bye to this because I don't use it anymore, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's too orangey for me now, so I'm gonna have to say bye to that. This right here is the Ohana eyeshadow palette by Disney. I got this at Hot Topic. It is so cute. I love the packaging. It is really, really cute, but I don't use it. I love these purpley blue shades. They're like absolutely stunning. I still have the brush in there. It's like the brush is like new, you guys. It's literally, it's new. Like I haven't even used it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one because I don't use it. It's so cute and everything, but I don't think I'll ever use it, so I'm definitely gonna get rid of this one right there. This one right here is, I forgot what this one's called. It doesn't even have the name on it. This is by Tarte Cosmetics. I think it's like the Mermaid Wave palette, or what is it called? The Waves Don't Care. I don't even know. But this palette is so good. I love it. I use like all these shades. I've used every single shade in this palette, and you can tell it's like really dusty, so I'm keeping this palette. Plus, it's so cute, and if you know me, I love mermaids, and I'm keeping this, so I'm keeping that one. This is the Venus 3 palette by Lime Crime Cosmetics. So I like this palette. It was gifted to me, or I can't remember. Actually, no, I think I purchased this. Yeah, I think it was it? I don't even know. I think I purchased this, but anyways, moving on. I'm keeping this palette. I love that shade, Beam. It is my favorite of this palette, and I like Paradise as well. So, keeping this one. Very cute. Very nice. This is another Venus palette. This is a Venus 2 palette. This is such a good palette. I've done really good looks with this palette, and like I said, I'm so light-handed with my palettes. This one looks like it's new, but it's not. I've used this several times, so I'm definitely keeping this palette because I do like to use this to create some of those green earthy looks. Okay guys, I'm literally running out of breath. These are Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes. This is a Warm Brown Obsession palette. Now this palette I'm gonna keep because these are also my travel palettes, and like I said, Huda Beauty palettes are so good, especially for the holidays. This one's one of my favorite ones when I travel, so I'm keeping this one. This is also another one that I take when I travel. It's called the Mob Obsessions. And I've been wanting to buy more of these little mini palettes because I feel like they're so good, especially for traveling. But I haven't gotten the chance to get the other ones. But this one is also good, so I'm definitely going to keep these since I got rid of the little Tarte and the little Naked. So I'm keeping these as well. These right here are blush kits. This is a blush kit by Anastasia. It's the Gradient blush kit. Or is it the Gradient? Yeah, it's a Gradient blush kit. So this is what it looks like. Now this, I feel like it's too dark for me. I really like this shade and this one right here. But I barely use this one or that one because I feel like they're not really my, I don't know, cup of tea. So this palette, oh, excuse me. So I think this palette, I might have to give it away or get rid of it because I don't really use it. And I feel like if I like these two, I have similar shades already. So I think I'm going to have to say bye to this one as well. Oh my god, guys, I feel like I'm running out of breath. Like, this is taking forever, and like I feel like I have so many left. It's crazy. This is actually another blush kit by Anastasia. This is a Radiant. So that other one was a Gradient. This is a Radiant blush kit, and this one I am gonna keep because I use all the shades in here. This is the only shade that I kind of don't like because I don't know if you guys can see, but it has a little bit of shimmers in there, and I don't really dig that, but I still use it, so I'm definitely keeping this one right here. Okay guys, I'm gonna quickly go through some palettes, and I think I'm gonna do a part 2 video because I don't want this video to be super long, and it's already gonna be like a 30-minute video. So yeah. So this one right here is the KKW collaboration with Mario palette. This palette is such a good palette, you guys. I really do like it. I love this palette so much. This is like one of my favorite shades. This is like the shade I use the most, and then this one right here, and then the gold one too. So I'm keeping this palette because I feel like it's a good palette and I'll be using it a lot more. So yeah. So this one right here, this palette I actually created myself. It's like, I don't know, I think I got this on my BoxyCharm one time, and it came with like this one right here. This is like a highlighter by Urban Decay. I don't know the name of it, but these right here are actually all blushes from Benefit, and then we have the Hoola bronzer right there, and then this is a bronzer from ColourPop Cosmetics, and then this is also a blush from ColourPop that I really like. I really do use this palette, so I'm definitely going to keep it. And then let's go ahead and do one more palette, and then we're going to cut it and do a second part video just because I am so tired, and I could hear my baby is like waking up already. If you guys could hear her. So she already woke up for her nap, so I think it's time to cut it. Let's go ahead and do this one right here. This is the Tarte's, how do you say it? Tarte's Pro Glow and Blush Palette by Tarte Cosmetics. It looks like this. This palette is so cute, but I don't use it. I feel like all of these, I don't know if you guys can tell, but all of these like blushes, even the bronzer or the bronzer and the highlighter, they're all super shimmery and glittery. So I don't really use it. I used this one. I feel like it was too much. If anything, I feel like the highlighter is like the best thing about this palette to me. So I think I'm definitely gonna get rid of this palette, unfortunately. Alright guys, so that was it for today's video. I told you guys I had to cut it short just because it was going to take a really long time. So my daughter just woke up, so I definitely have to attend to her and feed her and everything. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys liked about this video, and if you guys are excited for part 2. Also leave a comment letting me know if you guys are interested of me posting some of the palettes that I'm going to get rid of on my Poshmark. I know it might be weird to some people, but I know some of you might not care. So if you guys are interested, definitely let me know. And that is it, you guys. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up as well. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!